Hi everyone! Welcome back to Fat Max Adventures. It's so fun to do another live today. Today, guys, I asked all of you questions that you may have for a Q&A. So what I'm gonna do is, I didn't get a ton of questions, but I got a good amount. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and answer some of the questions that people sent me, and then I'm gonna keep the live going and let you guys ask me new questions, any questions that you have about my travels, about my time here in the Philippines, or personal questions. Feel free to ask here, and I will continue to ask questions here in the live, and I will do my best to try to get to everyone's question. How is everyone today? I see that we have a few people already watching. Is everyone watching right now here in the Philippines, or where in the world are you? Morning from Qatar. I have one question. Do people there, do you usually say Qatar or Qatar? Because I always hear people say Qatar or Qatar. Oh, South Texas. Hello. Hello from California. Wow, so we got people from all over the place this morning already. Welcome, guys. Hello, Angel T. Angel T. Oh, Seattle. Oh, I love Seattle. Watching from Davao. Nice. Davao is in the southern part of the Philippines. For those of you that may not be that familiar with the Philippines, in the region called Mindanao, which is an area I would love to see a bit in the future as well. Welcome, everyone. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just start answering some of the questions that some of you have already asked. The first question is from Vito Dantes. His question is, Patrick, you have been traveling the whole of Asia continent. Do you want to someday travel through Europe, South America, or Oceania? Yes, I would love to travel through Oceania and South America and Europe. Obviously right now, but in the future as things get better and the world gets back to normal, yes, I definitely would like to. And my first place my first new area of the world that I'm feeling that I want to go to are the Balkans in Eastern Europe. That would be the next new continent area that I would like to go to. Patrick, watching from around Manila. Hello, welcome. All right, guys, and the next question I have here is from CCDD. My question is there anything that will hinder you to base yourself here in the Philippines? I have to be honest, this year, and I know you guys have seen my videos, and I've shared a mix of videos and things. The Philippines has been going really well, and I've met some really good friends here. No, I mean, I really could see myself based here through the majority of the year. When I say base, I mean 3 to 6 months out of the year. The other half of the year, or the other 9 months out of the year, I would be traveling and visiting other countries. But yeah, I mean, the internet, I know people have said that the Philippines is not good with the internet, and yes, when you go to places like El Nido, Malapascua, Moalboal, but here in Manila and Cebu City and Lapu-Lapu Island down south, I have had no problems with the internet, so I know that I can live here and work here without worrying about connection issues. So yeah, there's really not a lot there's really nothing hindering me from staying here in the Philippines, which I will be here into next year. So I'm very excited. It's been going really well. All right, guys, next question is from Viper7777 asks, I was wondering, how is it for the LGBTQ community over there? That's a very good question, especially being a openly gay solo traveler. I've been in the Philippines now for 7 months, and I have made a good amount of gay friends here. And from my impressions from them and just learning more about the Philippines is a very Catholic country. They're very religious here. However, from an outsider's perspective, it seems that people have been very accepting or tolerant. There doesn't seem to be a lot of issues for gay people here. Yes, people here don't have the same gay rights as other Western countries yet, but from what I've heard and from straight Filipino guys that I've heard, everyone seems to have a gay friend here, or a gay brother, so everyone can kind of relate and just seems to kind of get along with them. So I would say being gay here is not like being gay in South Korea or China, which are better than places like Brunei and Malaysia, which are obviously a lot more conservative. But from my perspective and the people I have met, being gay here hasn't seemed to be that big of an issue. If people don't agree with it, they seem to kind of just tolerate it, and it just is what it is. But I have not heard or seen any real violence or real bad things towards the LGBTQ community. But I'm not speaking for everyone, so of course there are probably things that do happen, but compared to other countries, it looks like things are pretty good here. And I have always said this, even before I came to the Philippines. Taiwan was the first to legalize gay marriage here in Asia, but I really do feel like the Philippines is gonna beat China, Malaysia, Korea, Japan. I believe that they will have gay rights. They will be one of the other countries, along with Thailand, that will have more gay rights here in Asia. So I'm really optimistic about that here in the Philippines. I hope that answers your question. All right, guys, next question is from Peeps D. Hi, Peeps. She asks, how are you going to spend Christmas? This is a very good question, because normally every year I go home to see my family in November and December, and because of the pandemic and like I mentioned about my mother, and just for safety concerns, we just think it's better to maybe wait, and we can wait. We'll do something over video chat. So I have really been thinking about going back to Cebu. Because I was in the Cebu lockdown for almost 4 months, I made a lot of Filipino friends there, and I made a few foreigner friends as well, and I guess you could say that was my first Filipino family. I actually had a Filipino friend from Cebu called me this weekend and was like, hey, everything's open here in Cebu, you need to come back. And I still need to wait for things to open up a bit more, which hopefully they will in October. But I was just thinking, like, if I'm not gonna be home with my family for Christmas, the next best place that I feel would be the best for me and I would really enjoy would be going back to Cebu and spending time with those people that I made friends with, and maybe join somebody with their family and do other things with. And I think that's where I'm gonna be heading, probably in November. If things open up here, I will be going back there in November. Oh, I have a question. Hi, Patrick. I'm Billy. Oh, Billy, are you from the market? One who bought, yes, Billy. Okay, hi, Billy. Nice to see you. Billy was a young boy at the Pasig Mega Market. So I'm editing a video, guys. I'll have a new video out tomorrow. I went with my friend Sean and we went to the Pasig Mega Market, which I usually do in every country. Every place I go, I love to go to the wet markets and the markets. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys. I'm gonna be editing that and sharing that video with you all tomorrow. Hi, Billy. And Billy, I bought some bananas from him and his father and mother at their stand yesterday. So yeah, hello, Billy, nice to see you. Hello, I'm new here to your blog. Oh, welcome to the blog. All right, guys, and then here is the next question is from Deo Dakuro. He says, my wife loves watching your vlog. Me too, of course. I hope you're having a good time in the Philippines despite the situation. I hope you don't mind a shout out to my wife, Jewel, from Toronto. Okay, hello, Jewel. I hope you're doing well in Toronto, Canada. So there is a shout out to Jewel. Okay, guys, next question is from Celine Cruz. Oh, no, this is just oh, thank you for the congratulations. She says, what are your plans for 2021? So this year, as a traveler and digital nomad, everything is just so unpredictable. As of now, I plan to stay in the Philippines until April next year. That's when my 6-month visa will expire. However, depending on how the world is, I may stay in the Philippines even longer. The first place I do want to go back to is my home to see my family. That's very important. Whether that's going to be in the springtime, summer, or for the holidays next year, I'm not quite sure. But as of now, I don't have any plans for 2021. As of now, my plans are here in the Philippines until April, and hopefully that will develop more going forward. I'll have more of an idea of where I might go, but yeah, I may be staying here in the Philippines even longer after that. But I'm really feeling like the Philippines, this may be a home base for me, guys. This year has been very transformative for me, and it's a lot of things have just been amazing. So yeah, so look forward to seeing a lot more of the Philippines and me here in the Philippines. Okay, keep going. Oh, here is another question. Hi Pat, congratulations. What's the next country you want to visit, and what kind of favorite food or place you miss the most? Oh, that's a great question. So, if the world was normal, if everything was normal, and I could go anywhere in the world, my next country, just having time alone and thinking about myself and my travels, I go back to 2017. 2017 was the most exciting and fulfilling year for me traveling. I would go back to Central Asia. I would go back to Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan. Those are two of my favorite countries. Kyrgyzstan is by far my favorite country in the world from my experiences there, and it just clicked with me. But if everything was normal, the next country that I would go to after the Philippines would be going back to Central Asia, and I would want to spend months out there, like 3 months. There's so much that I didn't cover there, and there's so much more that I want to explore, and a lot of people just don't know that much about that part of the world, and learning the cultures out there and the food and the geographies. I'm about to drop my phone. The geography is incredible. So yeah, I would say Central Asia. Favorite food that I miss? This is the great thing about the world right now, is that everything is so international. So being here in the Philippines or going to other countries, you can get almost any food. I would say that my favorite food here in the Philippines so far is adobo. Anything adobo, adobo chicken, adobo beef, I love. I've really enjoyed the food here. I would just say maybe like a really good Italian pasta. That would be really good. And there is one restaurant I do miss back in my hometown, in Encinitas in San Diego. It's called the Himalayan restaurant, and they have the most incredible curry. It's a family from Nepal that has a restaurant in our town, and they have the best food. So I'd say that would be the food that I miss right off the bat. Okay, here's another one from Leia Passon. Congratulations, I have watched one of your videos and you have mentioned in it how you can speak Ilocano. So I'm hoping on your next video for you to speak Ilocano. I don't speak Ilocano. What I said in that video, that my ex-boyfriend from 6 years ago, he spoke Ilocano back in Hawaii, and he had taught me some Ilocano words, but I've completely forgotten the Ilocano words that he taught me. So unfortunately, I'm not able to speak Ilocano right now, or any words. Let's see, guys. Here's another one. Oh, okay. Here's another one. I actually translated this. Someone sent me a message in complete Tagalog, and I translated it, and it's from the Sorita family. So hello to the Sorita family. And I translated it, and it translated into English. Do you want to be full Filipino? Or what would you do if you were full Filipino? I hope I understood that correctly, if it wasn't an issue with the translation. I'm not quite sure how to answer that question. I guess to be full Filipino would be to experience life as a full Filipino, something that I will be doing in the near future. My friend Sean, that you will be seeing in a video tomorrow at the Pasig Mega Market, he has invited me to spend a few days at his village and to learn how he lives his life and how a lot of local Filipinos live his life. So that is something that I'm really going to be looking forward to, and I guess that would be the most kind of real Filipino I could be, because I'm going to be experiencing like more of a real life out of this beautiful condo and into a typical village that you see here in Manila and other parts of the Philippines. So that is a video, or a few videos I will do in the future, which will be very fun and exciting to share, and I think a lot of people will learn a lot there too. So I guess that would be the most Filipino I could be right now. Here's another question, Carmen Ferreira. Did you ever think of having a child, have a family of your own, marrying a woman perhaps? Well, I'm sorry, Carmen, I am a gay man, so I will never be marrying a woman. However, yeah, I would love to marry a man someday, and I've always thought about the possibility of having kids. I think with my life, I would need to meet the right man at the right time and the right job and career, but I don't see any kids in the future. And being a teacher in person and online, that's been very fulfilling for me. I call my students my kids. I've always done that, so that's kind of a way for me to kind of experience having kids. Not really, because the great part about being a teacher is you get to have the good and the bad, but you always get to say goodbye. You don't have to be there for all the tantrums and the 24/7 parenting of kids, which props to all the parents out there. It's a lot of work to have kids. So as of right now, no, I don't plan to have any kids. And yeah, in the future, if I met the right guy and I was in the right spot in my life, career-wise, and just everything fell into place, yeah, I would love to get married to a man. And I think that was the last one. Last question. Yep, that was the last question, guys. So I'm gonna go through some of your questions and comments here. Feel free to ask me some questions here, and I'll do my best to try to answer all of your questions. Okay, here's another one. The condo expensive, get your haircuts. Okay, yes. The condo here is an Airbnb. I pay 27,000 pesos a month for it. The owner is great. I've been extending month to month. I've extended until November 17th, which is where I may try to go back to Cebu City. But yeah, this place, 27,000 pesos a month. That comes out to about $545. All utilities are included. Water, electricity, all of that is included. So to be a good tenant, I try not to use the air conditioner that much. I use it while I'm working, but at night I always use the fan. So I try to be good with my utilities because I'm not paying them, and I like the owner and she likes me, so I wanna try to not use that much. But yeah, pretty good deal, I think. My haircuts, yeah, I just got a haircut. I've been going to Mega Mall here in Ortegas, and there is a shop on the 4th or 5th floor of Mega Mall. It's called the Men's Room. They've been great, and they also do massages and facial massages, which are not open right now because of the quarantine, but eventually I'll do that. So that's where I've been getting my haircuts. All right, I'm just gonna go back through some of your comments, guys. I'm sorry if I missed some things. If things go back to normal, where are you going to plan the trip in the Philippines? The first place that I'm gonna be going is back to Cebu. That's where I really want to go because of everyone that I met. I can base myself in Cebu or on Lapu-Lapu Island, and then I can go out to Mualboal for the weekend, go out to Bohol. I really want to go back up to Malapascua Island. I'm a diver. I love scuba diving. I dive a lot, so that's a great place. Dumaguete is not too far from Cebu as well, so that would be the place that I would want to be based. It will be very easy to fly to Siargao if I want to go there, or if I want to go to the south. So that's the next step. I want to go to northern Luzon and Baguio and up to like San Jose, or I forget, no, that's not the name of it, but there's the beach area up north. But it seems like the northern provinces here in Luzon are being very strict, so I don't know how soon they will open. And I would love to go back to Palawan. I was in Palawan back in March, so I would love to go there. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna go through some of your comments here. Oh, Washington, D.C. Welcome from Washington, D.C. Are you going back to America? I will be going back to America as soon as things get better globally. I won't be going back to America until 2021. Watching from North Carolina, USA. Welcome from North Carolina. There's so many of you back from the US all of a sudden. Welcome to the channel. By the way, where is your friend? My friend isn't here, but my friend here, my Filipino friend here, he's from Pasag City, and you will see him in a video tomorrow at the Pasag Mega Market. Hi Patrick, Billy. Oh, hi there. Hello again, Billy. Okay, So I'll go back to some of your comments here. Do you have a favorite specific place in the Philippines? So I originally came to the Philippines in February this year. And I did travel a bit. Malapascua Island and El Nido were my favorite. El Nido was beautiful. I made a friend there and we rode a scooter and we literally went to the northern part of El Nido away from all the tourists, and we found beaches up there with nobody. This was before the pandemic really hit, and it was just so much fun getting on the scooter and going all the way up there. And Malapascua was absolutely beautiful, and the diving in Malapascua and Mual Boal was incredible, and I can't wait to go back to those places. Hi Pat, watching from Kafted. Not sure if you watch jumping places. Okay, so some people have asked me about some other Philippine vloggers here jumping places. The Juicy vlog, and I think the other one is called Making It Happen. If I'm going to do a collab with them, I don't plan to do anything like that. So I mean, if I saw them in person and we said hi, that would be great. But I don't plan to be doing any kind of collab with them. But I've seen some of their videos and they are interesting. There are some other there's some other vloggers here that I've really enjoyed watching as well. I can't remember some of them off my head, but there is a vlogger couple in Cebu that I've really enjoyed watching, and then there's the guy, he's called the Black Filipino. He's had a lot of interesting videos, good tips, and then there's one guy, I can't remember his name, he's American, but he speaks fluent Tagalog as well. I've enjoyed watching him, but yeah, if I ever saw them, I would love to say hi and meet them, but as of now, I don't know them, and there's no plans to collab with them, but maybe sometime in the future that could happen. Dallas, Texas. Hello from Dallas, Texas. Have you planned to collab? Oh yeah, so I just answered that about the local vloggers. So I've been more of a digital nomad, traveling country to country, and I have done a collab with another travel vlogger in the past, and I have a few other travel vlogger friends, but we are just all over the world right now and kind of doing our own thing. But yeah, here in the Philippines, if I ever connected with someone, yeah, it would be fun to do a collab with someone. Let's see, jumping, okay. So far, what's your favorite Philippine dish? Again, I would have to say my favorite Philippine dish so far has been adobo. I have had, how do you say it? Is it sisig? Sisig, the meat. Sisig. I have had that a few times. I had that in Palawan and back in Cebu, and I really enjoyed that dish as well. I have so many other dishes to try. People have asked, am I gonna try balut? So balut, for those of you that may not be familiar with some of the food here in the Philippines, which I've learned, balut is, it's like an egg, or it is an egg, but the chicken, the chick is already, let's just say that the chick is already developed. So when you eat the egg, you're eating a almost developed chick. So, and I know a lot of vloggers film themselves eating that, and at some point, yeah, it's definitely at some point, I want to try that and film that. And those of you who have been following me for the last couple of years, you've seen me in China eating the spiders, like that giant spider in front of everyone, and it was like juicy, and then I've had scorpions as well, so I've eaten a lot of interesting things. I didn't eat the octopus in Korea. I lived in Korea for 3 years, and they have that delicacy where you eat the part of the octopus alive, and that's one thing I just didn't feel right about. I don't want to eat any live animal. I just feel like it's not my thing. But yeah, balut, at some point I will be eating that. What's up, bro? From Chula Vista. Hello from Chula Vista. I am from North County, Encinitas, and I did also grow up in Mission Hills down in San Diego. And I have some friends in Chula Vista as well. Italian, yeah, I love Little Italy back in San Diego. Some of the food over there. And somebody commented too that there is a Jollibee in National City. For those of you that are in San Diego or in Chula Vista, can you confirm that there is a Jollibee in National City. I would be so surprised if that was there. I'd be surprised, but not surprised, but I would be surprised. There is a foreign vloggers in the Philippines, but I only knows about the Juicy Vlog. Oh yeah, yeah, they are very, 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 very big here. They are very big here. And yeah, I have seen them. You're ready for Xmas, yeah, Christmas. Oh my gosh, I was so shocked in that one video when I went to the mall and I'm like, all this Christmas stuff. Because I have to be honest with you guys, that was shocking. I thought it was amazing to see Christmas so early here in the Philippines, but from where I'm from in San Diego and the North County, if you start talking about Christmas in September and you have stuff out, people actually almost look down on you like, what is wrong with you, Patrick? It's September. You need to get your stuff together. It's not Christmas. So that's why I was so shocked about that. And now my building here, there are Christmas trees outside, there are Christmas lights. I think it's really cool because the Christmas season is always a wonderful time of year, and why not have it for 4 or 5 months out of the year? So this is something new I'm learning about the Philippines. And even going to the Pasig Mega Market yesterday, they had tons of Christmas stuff in this wet market. So that's one really cool thing about the Philippines and something interesting here. My wife already setting out there in South Texas. Don't tell my neighbors, okay? There is a Jollibee. There is a Jollibee, Daly City. It's in near San Francisco. Okay, yeah. I know that Jollibee has expanded internationally, and like I said in that video, the first time I had Jollibee was in Hong Kong in 2017, but I didn't even know what I was eating at that time until I came to the not until I came to Jollibee, until I came to the Philippines and I saw the mascot. And so many people commented, I was like, what is that? Is that a fly? Is that a bee? And some people have commented, oh, it's a Jollibee fly, or it's a jolly fly, or it's a jolly. So that's how I knew I had Jollibee back in 2017, because I remember seeing that mascot in Hong Kong. You had us cracking up when you thought the mascot was a fly. I know, I'm like, guys, what the hell is this? Is this a fly? I mean, it's cute, whatever it is. Is this a fly or a bee? I don't know. Please tell me. It's cute, but yeah. And some people took it really seriously. They're like, no, Patrick, this is a jolly fly. I'm like, okay, got it. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it's cute. It's a little better than the Ronald, the McDonald's guy. Every time in different countries, like in Thailand, you see him doing the Sarati Cop, and he always kind of looks a little creepy, doing different gestures. But the Jollibee mascot always looks cute. Let's see. Besides your vlogs at YouTube, what do you do? So I am an online English teacher. I first came to Asia in 2014. I worked as a middle school and high school English teacher in South Korea. I lived on the island of Jeju. I don't know if a lot of you guys know about Jeju. It's a beautiful island. And Jeju is where I started doing YouTube. And I cannot wait to go back to Jeju and do a lot of update videos. So now I've transitioned to teaching English online. So I work for a company called Palfish, and all of my students are from China. I have a few Korean students, but the majority of them are Chinese. So YouTube has always been kind of more of a hobby and something fun that I've always enjoyed doing. And then teaching has been my main source of income. Yes, I do all vloggers make some money on YouTube, but by no means can I live off YouTube at all. But I've decided to put a little more effort into YouTube. I've always just kind of done it as a hobby, and I've never tried to just grow. I've always been like, well, if you like me and you like the channel, it's great if you follow me. But now I'm like, no, I should make more of an effort, because once I hit the 20,000 subscribers, I'm like, no, people do really care, and there are things that I really want to show. So I should try to put a little more effort into YouTube. But it'll take quite a while before YouTube becomes a source of full income. So yeah, teaching is my income. The great thing with teaching online is that I can just move around and just teach from anywhere as long as I have good internet access. So Manila, Cebu City, these places in the Philippines would be where I would be based. and then I would do week trips or a few day trips out to maybe Siargao, Boracay, which, by the way, I think a lot of you maybe already know. I just heard from my friend yesterday that Boracay is opening up on October 1st for the entire country to visit. So this is a really good sign that domestic travel will start to open up here. So yeah, so that is my source of income, and that's my job. So for example, today I'm teaching for 5 hours. I start at 4:30 today, and I end at 9:30, 10 o'clock. I end. So it's teaching straight through. So usually during the day, I'll try to go out, do a video, go to the gym, relax, maybe read a little, watch a movie, and then later in the evening is when I work and make my money. Yeah. Greetings. Are there any things in the Philippines that you dislike? Oh, good question, because there's always pros and cons about every country, and like I said, I'm very open. I have to say, I mean, my experiences here in the Philippines have been really, I did have a little rough time in the beginning when the lockdown happened, but it was rough all over the world. I have to say, I mean, the Filipino people are some of the most wonderful, kind people I've ever met in my life. I mean, I've always had a lot of Filipino friends back home, and every time I travel, whatever country I'm in, I always end up meeting someone who's Filipino. I would say, to be completely honest, the one thing that I dislike about the Philippines, I guess dislike, or it's just hard for me, is it's always hard for me to see a lot of the poverty, and because there are a lot of, especially in the area that I'm in some areas of Manila, there's a lot of people always asking, for money, and I never give money. I always give food, and there are a good amount of homeless people near the building where I am, and I can't afford to feed a lot of people, but on occasions I do give food. Like I usually sometimes go to Subway, which is nearby, and there's a little boy and little girl that are always there, and if they're there when I go there, while I'm waiting for my sandwich, and I've done this on a few occasions, I've gone into 7-Eleven and I buy them fried chicken, a bottle of water, and a banana. And yeah, that's something that's hard to see, and something I don't like to see, but it is what it is. And at some point it would be amazing to do something. I want to maybe get in contact with maybe some kind of organization, or do something with some kind of food drive or something like that. But I would say that's just the one difficult thing I've had in the Philippines, because I want to help, but I'm not rich and I can't help everybody. And I have done walking tours around the city of Manila, and I did walk through Bosco Beach, and it's a very poor area. Everyone was really friendly. I didn't feel threatened at all. And a Filipino friend of mine was like, "Oh my God, why did you go there? It's a bit dangerous." But it didn't feel dangerous at all. The people were really kind, but there was a lot of poverty. So I'd say that's the one thing that's a little difficult, and I do want to find ways in the future as the channel grows, and if I can make some more money, to maybe donate that money and do something with that. That would be something to do. And I've seen this in Cambodia and Laos as well. In Cambodia, oh my gosh, Cambodia is a story too. They can be intense there, but that's a bit hard for me to see. Hello everyone. Do you teach every day on or some? So my schedule is I work from Monday to Friday. I create my schedule. Saturdays, Sundays I have off. When I first started teaching online, I taught on Sundays, but I realized that the weekends is when everyone else is free. So if I want to make new friends and go out and do things, I'm going to be working while everyone is enjoying their time off. And then I used to have Fridays off, but then I'm like, everyone's working on Friday and I'm alone. So the great thing with teaching online is I can create my own schedule. So right now I work Monday through Friday. My schedule is open from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Like today I work 4:30 to 10 p.m. Tomorrow is the same. Wednesdays are a bit slow right now, so Wednesdays I work 5:30 to 9:30, so that's a shorter day for me. Fridays are my busy days. So Fridays I work almost 6 hours straight. So it's like it's like 4 to 10, or sometimes 3:30 to 10. Sorry guys, I'm so like all over the place sometimes, so don't mind me. I will try to get to all of your questions. Any plans to visiting Dumaguete? Yes, I do want to visit Dumaguete because well, for one, it looks really interesting. Two, I want to go to, is it Apo Island, where they have the turtles. I want to go diving there, and I think Dumaguete is part of the island of Negros, and I know there are other areas near Dumaguete that have really good scuba diving, so I want to go there to dive. So at some point, yes, I would love to go there to dive at some point. Have you tried dingguan, a pig's blood stew? Yes, the pig's blood stew I have had. I haven't had it here in the Philippines. I had it back in Hawaii with my ex-boyfriend. We used to go to his home every Sunday. His family migrated to the US from northern Luzon, and it's that really dark meat. It's like almost black. And I remember back then I was like, what is this? And he explained to me that it's the pig's blood. So I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Yeah, no, I have had that. It's really good. It's kind of a little sour as well. I don't know if it's the sauce that they used, but that's from what I remember from eating it. Here in the Philippines, I haven't eaten it here yet, and I need to do that because I'm here. So at some point I will eat that. Please make a collab with I don't know if I'll be making a collab with them. They're very big. But if I saw them, the other foreign vloggers, I definitely will say hi, and you never know what could happen. Let's see, and when the borders are reopened, let's see. Any plans to, yes, so Dumaguete. Basco, yeah. Basco, oh my gosh, I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. Yeah, Basco Beach. I did go, Basco. I did walk through that area. Yeah, I did. I did go there a few weeks ago. Just walking, and then I walked into like Chinatown and those areas, which I do want to make a video of, but right now when I went there a few weeks ago, some of the restaurants that I wanted to film and go to weren't open, so I'm waiting for things to open a bit more, and then I'll go there. Let's see. Yes, there is also the Maldives of the Philippines, about an hour from Dumaguete. Yeah, there's so many islands down there. I still have never been to Boracay. There's so many. This country, the Philippines, you have like, what is it, like 7,100 islands plus? There's so many places. It's a huge archipelago. Like what you said in your latest video, you might come back to Taiwan. You know what? Honestly, this year has completely changed my life, as it has done probably for a lot of people. And I'm not super religious. I grew up Christian. I guess you would say I'm more spiritual, but I do believe that there is a higher power or energy, and I wanted to go back to Taiwan, and I wanted to study Mandarin full time and really immerse myself, but I've now kind of come to realize that maybe that wasn't my path, that wasn't what I was meant to do, because in February I did have a choice. When borders were getting closed, I had a very small window where I could have made it to Taiwan, and my gut was telling me, no, don't go to Taiwan. Even though you've never been to the Philippines, just travel the Philippines a little and then go to Taiwan later. And that was a weird thing, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I could go to Taiwan in the summer. Let me travel the Philippines for 3 months and then go to Taiwan. And then of course the pandemic happened, and then things just developed, and yeah, I just feel like maybe that wasn't the path for me. Taiwan is a really special place to me, and that will be a place that I will be visiting often. But I think just listening to the universe, I know it must sound really weird, but I believe in that life gives you signs all the time, and it's our job to listen to them. And so it's been a little of a roller coaster for me here, especially. I know a lot of you have seen that video that I did about my dad, and that's got to be the most controversial and risky video I have ever done. But I really did that video for me. I did that for me because I felt like if I didn't do that video, I felt so weird vlogging in the Philippines, not publicly talking about that. I needed to get that off. And some people really hate it and they think that I'm a bad person, and that's fine. But I've gotten so much overwhelming support, and I really appreciate all the comments from that. But that was so important for me to do. It was just a growth thing. So yeah. So I don't plan to go back to Taiwan now with going to school there and learning Mandarin full time. And I can always learn some Mandarin here as well. But I think I'm gonna be taking another path. It's interesting how life works. Yes, beautiful. Food is yummy. Hey Pat, have you considered going to Bantanas? Yeah, Bantanas in the south. Yes, I would love to go there. Just waiting for things to open up a bit more. I know Tagaytay had opened up, but not a lot. You know, it's just like some of the hotels and restaurants and things, but not a lot of fun, interesting things that I want to see there have opened up yet. So that's why I haven't gone there yet. Things are looking really good for October here in the Philippines. We might be moving to modified GCQ, and now Boracay is opening up. So these are really good signs, and yeah, I'm just waiting for things to open up more and more to move around. But yeah, I'm well aware of all these beautiful places to go to, and just taking my time. You rock, Patrick. It was good to let out and to let us know. I know, and so many people about that video that I did about my dad, so many people, I don't know if people are translating it wrong or they're not listening to the whole video, but a lot of people think that I hate the Philippines, and I've never said that I hate the Philippines or the Filipinos. It was just something that I had to just get off my chest, and it was just, and when I said that in that video, when I said that I felt like she took my father away from me, I never said that out loud. I never said that out loud in my life. And I chose to keep that in the video because I just hope that it would help somebody out there. But again, like I said, my father and I have a decent relationship these days. We talk often. My stepmother in Dumaguete, I have reached out to her. I've reached out to her during this pandemic. She once in a while will communicate with me, but she doesn't really seem to have that much of a relationship with me, which is too bad because I would love to have a relationship with my stepmother there. But it is what it is, and I've already let it go. And when I go to Dumaguete, will I visit my stepmother? Probably not. Will I feel sad in Dumaguete? No, not because of her and not for any reason. All of that I've worked out a lot of that already. But yeah, no, that was such a risk to do that video, but maybe it will open some people up to their own issues and help somebody out there that, you know, that you're not alone if you feel this way, and I'm, you know, yeah, some people might think that I'm dramatic or I'm a crybaby and I need to get over it, but there's, you know, this is a decade of stuff. There's so much stuff that I didn't even talk about with that. So anyway, I just really appreciate the support, and I was just so glad to do that. I swear, after I did that video and the next video I did after that, and I just felt so much more free, and it just felt more right vlogging because I just felt like I needed to get that off. Anyway, that's done, and I'm glad I did it, and thank you guys again for the support. We love you, Patrick. Thank you, guys. I love you guys too. And the Philippines has been amazing. I mean, at Pasig Mega Market yesterday, I mean, I've gone as a traveler. I love to go to wet markets. I've gone to a lot of wet markets in China and Taiwan, Korea, Malaysia, Thailand. And I mean, people in other countries are really friendly too. But yesterday, I mean, everyone was so friendly. And you'll see in the video tomorrow, everyone's like, hi, hey. And, I ran into one of my subscribers at the market yesterday too, so hello to you. I'll say hello to her if she's watching right now. But yeah, the Philippines has just been amazing, and the people are really incredible, and it comes from the culture and the people. Oops, I applied wrongly, ha ha ha. Okay, I just got to 8,000 islands. Oh wow, yeah, there are so many islands here. Sorry guys, I'm getting used to so many people now, so I'm gonna be trying to answer as many of your questions as I can. this, don't worry, I'm still gonna be doing this live for a bit longer, so I'm gonna try to get to everyone. I cried while watching your video. I know, it's hard for me to watch that video, but it felt right for me to do that. And I know it's controversial, and I know nobody wants to hear that, but I mean that was my story, and and honestly, reflecting more about it, I feel like it was fear. I think it was a lot more fear of me not wanting to come to the Philippines, because yeah, I did have my own issues, and it just manifested itself the way it did. But I think I had a fear. I think I had a fear of liking the Philippines, because maybe I didn't want to like the Philippines because I still had those issues. So it was just been an interesting process. And yeah, I do believe that whatever you believe in, God, or whatever higher power you believe in, I do believe in a higher power and energy, that I do believe that something out there has made this situation for me this year. And I have listened to it, and I'm glad I did, because I have grown as a person, and all of that stuff I've accepted, and it's taken me years to do. But that one thing, when I said, I feel like she took my father away from me, I had never said that out loud, so that was really healing for me. Okay, Jesus, yes, no, thank you guys for all of those sweet replies. Patrick Metro, to see you in my country, but gotta sign off. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you for everyone that's joining, and I'm just so happy to be here in the Philippines. And yeah, it's too bad that I'm here during the lockdowns, but it's gonna get better. It's already getting better here, and I'm just excited for the months to go on, that things here will just continue to open up and open up and open up, and I'll be able to do a lot more and share a lot more with you guys. So guys, go ahead and ask me any questions you have. Keep the questions coming. I will answer your questions as fast and as best as I can. I'm just going back up to see if I'm missing any other comments. Thank you for answering my question. Adventurous person, thank you. Yeah, I am definitely that adventurous person. I do not. Hey Pat, have you considered going to Yapatanas? I already answered that one. You should visit Icos? I'm sorry, I need to learn how to pronounce the names here better. But I know the area that you're talking about, and yeah, I would love to go there. Please tell everyone to vote for Trump 2020. Yeah, this is not a political channel, so I will not share any of my political views here or get into any politics. I didn't watch yet some of your videos. If you would label the countries. Yeah, so the countries are labeled. So any of you guys that want to watch any of my travel videos, if you go onto my channel and you go to the playlist, I have labeled the different countries and different city tours. So I have a lot of videos in China, Taiwan, South Korea. Oh my gosh, if you guys watch my videos from South Korea in 2016, they're a little cringy. My first year on YouTube, everyone's first time is a little out there. Kazakhstan, Russia, I have a whole Russia playlist. So yeah, you can find the country lists in the playlist on my channel. Have you had Hello Hello? No, I haven't had Hello Hello yet, and I need to have that. I will try that at some point. That's too toxic for me. I just can't relate to those people who are just fighting. Okay, yeah, and yeah, it's a crazy time. Some people have asked me in the comments. They've asked me to react. So that's one thing that I will be totally upfront with you guys. That's something that you will not see on this channel. I don't react to anything. I don't do any of these reacting to singers, TV shows, commercials. That's just not me. It would be so fake for me to do that, because honestly, I don't care about reacting to anything in any country. I mean, unless there was like some global thing that we were all watching, I would react to. But that is something that you will not be seeing on this channel. So don't expect me to react to anything here in the Philippines or anywhere else in the world. I have seen a lot of the singers, and I have seen a lot of those things online, but I just don't do that. That's not my thing. But do expect a lot of fun, adventurous, raw videos, and you can see from my past videos of my kind of theme of how I do things and what to expect. Let's see. Hi Max, what did you do before virtual teaching, vlogging? Yeah, so I started in South Korea as an English teacher at a high school and a middle school. I made a big change in 2014 and I moved to South Korea. So I was there, I taught there for 3 years. I lived in a small town called Hadong. That was my first year, near Busan, about 2 hours from Busan. And then I lived on the island of Jeju Island for 2 years. So Jeju has a really special place for me. I keep going islands. I lived in Hawaii, then I lived in Jeju, Philippines, Taiwan. I love the islands. The island places are me. Yeah. So that's what I did before vlogging. And the reason why I started vlogging is I was living on Jeju, and there are many Korean vloggers, and there were many Korean vloggers back in 2015 and 2016, but there were no vloggers on Jeju Island. So like these vloggers would go to Jeju, but they would only go for the weekend. And I'm like, oh my God, there's so much more to Jeju that these people aren't seeing. And me and my friends were just talking, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just pick up a camera and share the beaches? And that's how I started the YouTube channel. I started doing these little videos of the beaches and some of the markets there. And then it just turned into what it is today. So yeah, that's what I did before teaching online and the way I vlog now and the channel now. Do you have a partner in life? No, I don't. I will be honest, I do have someone. We're not boyfriends, but I do have kind of like someone here in the Philippines that I have been kind of seeing. I mean, it's not anything super serious, but yeah, I think I sometimes I have met people as I've traveled that I connect with, and if I realize like, oh, if I lived in this country or if I lived in this city, I would love to date you or be boyfriends. But honestly, I am so happy being single, and I've been single for 6 years. I had a boyfriend for 3 years. I've had 2 other boyfriends, each were a year long. I've had a lot of relationship experience, and it's great. And of course I don't want to be alone in my life, and I will at some point have another boyfriend and a partner, but I'm so happy being single, and traveling is just, it's in my blood. I am just so ready to go all the time. You know, if everything was normal right now, I'm just like, boom, boom, let's go, very spontaneous. And having a partner, yes, there's a lot of wonderful things about that, but I'm not ready to compromise, if that makes sense, that I'm just not, I guess that would be a little selfish. Yeah, I'm being a little selfish with my life, and I wanna just be alone still. I really do enjoy being alone, in the sense of where I get to make all the decisions. Like, do I want to go here? Do I want to leave early? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? When you have a partner, there's, you know, you've got to compromise. And at some point, I will have a partner and I will compromise. But right now in my life, I'm still young and I'm healthy and I've got a lot of energy and I want to use that. And yeah, there is someone that I have met here and I've enjoyed his company, and I have experienced that in other countries as well. Let's see. Okay. Where do you see yourself going next after the Philippines? I did answer that a bit earlier. Open up again. If everything was back to normal, before going back home to see my family, I would go back to Central Asia. I don't know, there was something that was one of the most exciting, scary, amazing experiences of my life when I flew to Kazakhstan and I traveled Central Asia. There's so much more out there that I want to show and share and experience. So I would want to go out there and spend about 3-4 months out there. I mean, seriously, I would love to just stay there and just show so much, because so many people don't know that much about this part of the world. And there's kind of like there's kind of a window period, because Central Asia gets very, 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 very cold. Excuse me, I just burped. No Jollibee baby though, don't worry. But it gets very cold out there, so there's a window period at the end of spring up to September that is the best time to go there. So that would be one region I would really love to revisit. Watching from North Carolina, be safe. Thank you. Welcome to the live stream. Where will you go after the lockdown? So I think I've answered that a few other times. I'm gonna be staying here in the Philippines until April, unless there's some emergency with family back home. Then I will go home. But it just I don't really know what's gonna happen in 2021. The priority is to go home and see my family, but it depends on how things are doing globally, and that's when I will make the decision with my family when I will be going home next year. Have you heard about the Pinoy baits? I am happy that you didn't belong to them. They're those vloggers. Yeah, no, I have heard about. They call them Pinoy baiters. But honestly, guys, this exists in every country. In every country, you do have people that do things like that. But I did learn that here in the Philippines, that you do the most texts in the world, or this population of the Philippines, or just Filipinos in general, the 11% of the population that lives and works outside of the country, and everyone within the country, they spend the most time on social media, which I didn't know that. So I can see how people can be like that, but I am very honest and real. Like I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, guys, I didn't expect to see, I didn't expect Pasig market here in the Philippines. Of course I expected to see the market here because I'm familiar with the Philippines, and but I do share about how amazing it is, and yeah, it's not a big market. It's a mega market. But yeah, I am who I am, and that is something that I will never do. I never started YouTube for the money. I never started YouTube to be famous or anything. I did it as a hobby, and those of you who have been following me for the last 4 years are well aware of that. And there are more things that I could have done to promote Pat Max Adventures that I just didn't do, and I don't regret it, because I could have done more. Maybe back in 2017, 2018, I had some moments there, but I didn't really go for it. I just did my videos, and I was like, oh, it'll be great if somebody likes the video and watches the video, and I didn't work hard to create a community. And I learned last year how some of the videos have really impacted some people, and I'm like, no, you know what, I should put more effort into my channel and really creating a community, because there's a lot that I do want to share and do, and I don't want to just, I want to, you know, I want this channel to be something inspiring and adventurous, but also, you know, also growth too, you know, somewhere to growth and to face your fears. And I mean, there's a lot of things in my travels that I was very fearful of doing, but I just sucked it up and I did it, and it just made me stronger as a person. But every country has those kind of baiters and those kind of things, but it's up to you as the audience, you know, who you want to watch. But I am aware of all the vloggers here in the Philippines, and I have watched some of their videos because they have been helpful to me, especially when I first came to the Philippines, to understand like how this works, or what to expect here, or what should I do here. But I will tell you guys that I am finding some things that some people haven't shown you. Like next weekend, I'm going to be going to a cafe here in, I think it's Quezon City, which is part of Metro Manila. I'm going to be going to a cafe there that I don't think any of you ever knew existed here in the Philippines, and I never thought it would exist here anywhere in the world. It's something really unique and special, so I can't wait to share that with you. So that'll be like a week from now that video will come out. But I'm excited about the market video tomorrow. I just need to edit it. Single but never alone. Exactly, single and never alone. Because you know what? In the end, it's you. You know, who's your best friend? The best friend is you. You are that person. And I think, you know, if you need someone in your life to rely on to keep you strong or to believe in yourself, you know, you don't want to, I don't think you really want to be that. You want to be able to believe in yourself. So that's why it's been so important for me too to be alone in the beginning, because I wanted to become stronger. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna land in this country and I'm gonna figure it out. Yes, I'm gonna get hot and sweaty and my neck is gonna hurt and I'm gonna sweat and I'm gonna be tired, but that makes you so much stronger as a person. And it's scary because it's like, oh my god, I'm in the middle of China, I don't speak Mandarin Chinese. How am I going to figure this out? But you always figure it out. And one thing I've always learned is that it doesn't matter wherever you are in the world, people are always open to helping you. You're always going to figure it out, and there's always going to be some positive way that it always works out. But you just have to get past that scary moment of just going for it. And once you go for it, it's amazing. It's that first trip. The very first trip you do alone in the world, that is the most scary moment. Once you do that first trip, things get better and better, and you get more and more confident. Hello, I miss you. Oh, thank you. Single but never alone. Have you... okay, let's see some of the older comments. Sorry, guys, I'm just going through. A return to Central Asia for your next issue. Yeah, it would be really exciting. I mean, I just go back to 2017, and I've had amazing travels, but that year, when it came to traveling the Central Asia and Russia, I mean, I was living. I guess, yeah, I love using that term. I was living for that year and that moment. And that's one thing I've learned this year with YouTube, is that I've always been afraid to go 100% into YouTube. And I think that's why I never put that much effort into it, because I was just so afraid to really just go for it and not to think too much about, you know, money. Of course money is important, but I just was always fearful to go full on into the traveling aspect of it. And now I'm like, no, I'm ready. I'm ready to go for it, and I've got my teaching, and I think I have a lot to offer, and I think there's a lot that I want to show too, and there are other fun people that I want to collab with in the future as well, and some people who have inspired me. Yeah, Philippines is very popular because they always surprise Filipinos with 2 pieces of solid rock, and oh, okay, and it put a smile on every Filipino. Yeah, Filipinos are just so friendly and so compassionate too. I've been so happy and grateful for the experiences that I have had here. Excuse me, I burped again. This is live, guys, so you're gonna see the fun, cute, and not so cute. Thank you for staying here for another 6 months. I see you up. Best optimistic. Yes, yeah. Let's see. Up. It's disappearing. There it is. On cam, what makes you frown? What makes you frown? Yep, best and optimistic on cam. What makes you frown? Or like, I guess what makes you sad? I mean, I think just like negativity and yeah, I think those kind of things in people that are just very negative. Of course, that makes me frown and makes me sad. Haha, can you say salamat? Salamat shop. Mabuhay. Madang, is it still morning? It's still morning time, right? Madangan, umaga, good morning. Yes, I do need to put a lot more effort into speaking some Tagalog. I will be trying my best to speak some more. Okay, city soon. It's 5 hours away. Yeah, I've heard about that city too. Thank you so much for reading my messages. Yeah, guys, I'm doing my best to go through them. I see that we're already 63 minutes in, so I think I'll give this about 5-10 more minutes. If you guys have any more comments or questions, if you have any more questions that you would like to ask me, feel free to ask them now. This is your time to ask me anything that you want to ask me. Happy for you. I hope we meet someday. Yeah, it would be fun to meet some of you guys in person. I did meet one subscriber, or I believe she was a subscriber. My friend told me, he's like, Patrick, I don't know if she's really your subscriber, if she just wanted to be on camera. But I feel like she really was a subscriber. You'll see this older Filipino lady in the video tomorrow at the Pasig Mega Market. So I got to meet her, and I was able to give her a sticker. So it'd be fun to meet some people in person. Siargao or Boracay and why? Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to Boracay and Siargao. It's just, I'm just waiting for things to open up. And also with my work, with teaching, you know, I need to find out, I need to make sure that everything is good with internet and things like that. But, you know, I'm ready to go to those places whenever things begin to open up. New subscriber here. I like you the way you talk. You seem so sincere. God bless us all. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I am who I am, and sometimes I'm a little messy, as we all are. But I wanted to do this live to just say thank you to everybody, and just congratulations that the channel has hit this milestone, and it's a way for all of you, those of you that are new to the channel, to see me live. Even though I am a little messy. Hello from the state of Qatar or Qatar. I think now people say Qatar. I always am like, what do I say? Do I say Qatar or Qatar? But welcome, yeah, from the Middle East. Watching from Tennessee. We love you, Pat. Thank you. I have a good friend, a teacher friend, a few years ago from South Korea. She's from Tennessee, made some of the best cakes, best Tennessee food, that like really hearty American diner style food she would always make for us. Yeah, Tennessee is a beautiful place in the US too. Thanks for visiting the Philippines. You're welcome. Yeah, of course, thank you. You're welcome. No, no, I've been very happy to be here. We are waiting for your travel vlog soon, Patrick. More power. Yeah, and I'm going to be trying to put more effort. I'm going to be trying to put 2 videos out a week. It's just been balancing with my personal life and with my teaching job. So I think I'm starting to finally get everything figured out to kind of balance things. So starting this week, so after tomorrow, I will be putting out a video every 2 days. I'm going to try to put out a new video every 3 days. And I think I can do that with no problem. So that's something that you'll be hopefully seeing in the going forward, that you will be seeing more videos from me more often. Hey, how's it going? Any advice for a newbie here in the US? I moved here in 2018, by the way. All of the 15 states I've been. Hi, favorite cuz, weather. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what your advice. Do you have any specific questions about the US? I would say, even as an American, I haven't traveled a large part of the US. I would just say travel, of course, the West Coast, California, Washington State, Hawaii, Oregon, New York, Florida, Las Vegas, the Grand Canyon. There's so many beautiful national parks. If you can make your way up towards Illinois or Montana, they have some beautiful national parks and lakes up near the Superior Lakes, or there's Superior Lake, but the Great Lakes are really beautiful as well. Mount Rushmore, Yellowstone. I still have not been to Yellowstone. That is somewhere, or the Grand Canyon. Those are places I really, really want to go to back home at some point. Welcome to the Philippines. Hoping that you enjoy your stay. Oh, thank you. Good luck. Thank you. I already answered it. He said, okay. Hi, Patrick from Canada. Hello from Canada. Your country. Looking forward to see your next videos. Thank you. Thank you. First part of your live, the partially colored door at the back seems. Oh wait, seems what? Seems like it's moving. Is it moving? Like a ghost? I don't know. That's the bathroom. The bathroom door is right there. And then there, that's the front door to the condo here. Yeah. I don't know if it's moving, but if it's moving, it's an X-file. Yeah. That's right. I don't even watch anything behind me as I'm talking to you guys. Something could happen behind me. My favorite states. Oh, Denver. Yeah, Denver, Colorado. Anywhere in Denver. Boulder, Colorado. Wait, no. Yeah. Boulder. Is Boulder in Colorado? Yes. Yes. I think it is. Yeah. Boulder is a really beautiful place, too. I'm currently living in Denver. Hawaii is exactly like the Philippines. Yes, it is in a lot of ways. And Hawaii is so mixed. It feels like you're in Asia and America together. It's a nice, cool feeling. Left now, noticed on your videos that there is Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, do you guys want to see? You want to see the Wi-Fi password? Here's the Wi-Fi password. So now everybody knows the Wi-Fi password. Quick, hide it. So I'm staying in the Airbnb. So the owner has the Wi-Fi password here. So when you come to the Airbnb, she's made it very easy. So if you ever forget the Wi-Fi password or you have guests, the Wi-Fi password is right here. So all you need to do is just look up and then you can type it up. But I hope she's okay with me showing it. I love how she made this. Enjoy your stay. I love the enjoy your stay. Very cute. Yeah, I had seen that in a few past videos, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should take that out of the background because aesthetically it just looked weird. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna probably end this in the next minute or two. Let me see if I can get to any other quick questions here. Patrick, for aspiring vloggers out there, what are some pieces of advice? Yeah, good question. Good question. So, if you want to be a vlogger and YouTube, do it because you want to do it. Don't think about the money. Don't think about being popular or anything. Do it because you want to do it. I started YouTube for almost 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago on Jeju Island in Korea. I just started filming the beaches because I love the beaches, and then it grew into more travel because I love travel. And you do it because you love it. No matter what it is, find something that you love and that you have a passion about, whether it's playing video games or doing mukbang, eating, or talking about mental illness, or anything. You really could do anything that you want and just do it. It takes time. And that's one other thing. It took me a year to get to 1,000 subscribers. So it doesn't happen overnight. Some people blow up right away. Some people don't. And some people like me, I just hit 30,000 subscribers and I've been on YouTube for 4.5 years. But that's a huge accomplishment for me. And there are many people that hit that milestone within their first year. So just so not to give yourself those give yourself those goals, but don't expect that that's gonna happen right away. Do it because you love it, and then just try to work on areas like when it comes to editing or whatever you're going to be doing, you can grow and that will get better over time. And just not to give up. Don't give up. Because there was a time, there have been more than one or more times that I did think about like, well, maybe I should stop doing YouTube because it just takes a lot of time. And that's another thing. It does take a lot of time to edit. And to understand that, if you got to go out and film it, then you got to sit down and edit it and put it all together. And there was one point where I was like, well, maybe I'll try to do some other things with my life and just kind of put it on the side. But I saw how my channel was growing and that it was helping people, so I continued to do it, and because I love it. So the number one advice I would give anyone out there that wants to start a YouTube channel or any kind of vlogger or even a blogger if you like to write is do it because you love it. Do it because you want to do it. Everything else will come. The money, if that's what you want. If you go into it with that, I don't believe that's the right way to go about it. It will come, but you've got to work at it, and it will pay off. Just like anything in life, do something that you love, keep working at it, and keep trying to make things better. And don't give up. Don't give up. That would be another big advice. Don't give up. Which movie do you like the most? Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't want to leave, guys. This is fun. We're already like 73 minutes. we're like heading towards 2 hours here. I will have to go soon because I do need to go finish some grocery shopping and do some other stuff. My favorite movie of all time, my number one favorite movie is Aliens. The aliens that come out and the face huggers. Aliens in 1986 with Sigourney Weaver. That was the year that I was born as well. That movie, I love. And you guys know like the movie Prometheus, Alien Covenant. These are prequels to the first Alien. But Aliens, that movie is incredible. I love Ripley, Sigourney Weaver, the Alien Queen, and just everything about that movie is perfect in my mind, and I love it. But there's so many movies I love too as well, but that's my favorite movie of all time. Watching from Singapore. I love Singapore. Hey, from Singapore. You are so lucky living in the Philippines. Yeah, it's cheap, it's beautiful, the people are beautiful and warm. Yeah, I know, I agree with you. Very, very lucky. Uh, yes, the door is moving. Oh, you know what? You know why it's moving? Maybe it's because the air conditioner. I have the air conditioner on, so maybe the air is blowing it too. Or maybe there's a ghost. Maybe it's a hot ghost. If it's a hot ghost, it's okay. Okay. I just got here. Do you have a Tinder Grinder account here in the Philippines? I used to use Tinder. I don't use it anymore. Yes, I do have a Grinder. I do have a Grinder. What gay man doesn't have a Grinder? No, there's a lot of gay men out there that don't have Grinder. But I don't really use Grinder that much anyway. So I used it, and I did meet some people in the beginning, and I've made some friends that I see. Well, this is getting really personal, guys. I have made some friends from Grindr, and I've met some people. But yeah, I do have that, and I think for our generation, it's just so normal to have those things. But honestly, I don't have a lot of time for that anymore. But once in a while, I'll go on Grindr. But I don't think you'll be able to find me on Grindr. But you can try. Okay. I just got here. Are you married? No, I'm not married. I'm not married. Maybe someday I will get married to a man. In Manila, it's cheap for Americans. Yes, it's pretty cheap, and I've been to a lot of places in Asia, Central Asia. The cheapest places so far from my travels: Philippines, Cambodia, Uzbekistan. Those are the 3 cheapest countries I've experienced. Oh, Laos. Laos is also very cheap. But the living, I mean, it's just I spend. Even groceries, going to the store and buying vegetables and fruits are just so managed. The prices are just so good here, and the quality is good too. And I will be doing my typical videos where I do a video: how expensive is Manila? How expensive is Cebu? I will be doing these videos in the future. It's just because of the face shield and everything right now. I'm like, I'm not feeling ready to do that video quite yet. I'm gonna wait for things to open up a bit more, but yeah, I will be doing a video on the LRT, MRT. I love doing videos on trains everywhere I go, or their metro. I know there's a huge metro being built here in Manila through a few Japanese companies, which will be fully running by 2025. So I've been fascinated to learn about that. You're gonna have like 30 stations, high-speed subway, and that hopefully will help a lot of the congestion here in Manila. Hi Pat, what is your favorite? Believe it or not, I don't really drink beer. Beer has never been my thing. I like liquor. So rum, I love the rum here in the Philippines. There's several different rums that I've had. Rum, vodka, whiskey. Crown Royal is my favorite whiskey. Malibu rum is my favorite. It's very sweet, but I just love rum and Coke, basic, vodka and juice. Beer has just never been it like makes my stomach a little bloated and doesn't make me feel the best. So whenever I'm hanging out with friends or guys and they're all getting beers, so it's cheap, but I'll spend more money to have my liquor. It doesn't have to be a fruity drink. Just give me some Coke, vodka, rum, I'm good. Give me some juice, vodka, whiskey, whatever, mix it together. I'm totally good with that. Are cases increasing in the Philippines? No, they aren't. Every so often I will look online to see the cases. Finally, it appears that the Philippines has finally hit the curve, so things are finally leveling out right now, and the cases are really starting to go down now. So it is looking better here. It's taking a bit longer here in the Philippines for things to get better, but things are finally getting much, much better here. My building that I'm in, we still have 6 active cases here in the condominium. So unfortunately the pool isn't open yet because of that, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks those will be recovered and there won't be any more. Can you visit, the Intramuros, the Spanish area. Yeah, I will definitely do a video and film that at some point. Yeah, for sure. Do you have health insurance? Yes, I do have health insurance. It's like this international health insurance. How are you able to travel alone and not afraid to venture out? Oh gosh, guys, there's so many questions. Okay, I'll try to do really fast. How am I not afraid? I think just growing up, you know, everyone has struggles in your life, and you just have to learn to believe in yourself and just do it. And I think that that's just been in me. You have to do that first one, the very first risk, the very first travel you do alone will be the hardest and the scariest experience ever. After you do that first travel alone, it will start to get better and better and better, and you just go for it. I mean, you only live once, and it's just believing in yourself, and it just makes you stronger every time. Okay. Say a few interesting things about India. Yeah, India. I would love to go to India. I know there's a lot of Indian subscribers here as well. It looks beautiful. At some point, I want to do an India, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Nepal trip, maybe for like 6 months. Well, 6 months is still not enough time, but at some point I will go to India. India looks amazing. I have some friends that have gone there recently as well, and it looks beautiful, and I will make my way to India at some point. Mindanao, excuse me, I burped again. That is not cute. Mindanao, yeah, at some point going down to Davao. I would love to go down there at some point, yeah. Very much your content concern. Thank you. It's okay, my friend. Thanks for reading my question. Please take care. Thank you. Where are you from? I am from San Diego, California in the US. That is my hometown. And let's see, I'm just gonna go up quickly to see if there's any other things that I missed, which I may have. If I've missed your questions, I apologize. Okay. And there's another part. Oh, in English. So I use a translator. So I'll use Google Translate. I'll also sometimes try to learn a little words. If you can at least learn how to say hello, thank you, and goodbye, please. If you can just learn a few words in the country that you're in, whatever that language is, people will want to help you a lot more. People will warm up. And that's one thing to remember when you're traveling. It doesn't matter if someone doesn't speak the same language as you. People always want to help. Even though people have their own ideas about different cultures and countries, people always want to help. And if you can learn how to say things in their language, like in Russia. Russia is a beautiful country. I love Russian people. But Russian people are not like Filipino people. They're not like Thai people. They're not like other people. And they're not as warm in the beginning. But if you can learn how to say some words like Privyet, Spasiba, and just to be able to say some words in their language, it kind of opens people up more, where they're more willing and wanting to help you. So just remember that. There's always going to be someone there to help you. Don't rely on someone always being there, but there will always be someone there. I mean, that's from my experience. It always works out. And I use a translator when I go into places that I don't speak any of the language, like Russia and parts of China. Thank you. Yeah, guys, thank you again for joining me today and being a part of this channel. You should also visit, Antipolo City. Yeah, I've seen that city too. That looks interesting. Oh, I love Russia. Yeah, Russia, Lake Baikal. That's another place I can't wait to go back to, and Mongolia. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna answer this last question, and then I'm gonna have to get going. Have you once got lost in your travel? Oh yeah, I've gotten lost a few times, and that's actually part of the thing I love. Unless it's trying to get to a train or an airplane, yeah, sometimes you do get lost, and that's kind of an exciting part of the travel. That's like, okay, I'm lost, where am I? And you kind of figure out how to navigate, and that's where you learn to be more confident in yourself, because you have no one else to rely on. Like you get lost in the city, and you're like, where the hell am I? But then this is where you have to really dig into yourself, like, okay, I'm lost, that's okay, I'm gonna figure it out. Or you know what, I'm gonna be open, and I'm gonna ask some of these local people, whether they speak my language or not, I'm gonna figure it out. So just always believing that you're gonna figure it out. Congrats, Pat Max. God bless. Thank you again. All right, guys. Oh, that was my other phone. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna end it here. I've got to get some things done today. Stay tuned for a new video tomorrow of the Pasig Mega Market, and from here on out, I will be putting out 2 videos a day. Hopefully every 3 days a new video will come out. Camera, sorry, I just came. Oh yeah, if you just came, I'm sorry. You can rewind maybe and see some of the other parts of the live, and hopefully I've answered all of your questions. If I haven't answered your questions, I'm really sorry. But I really appreciate all the questions that you did ask. And oh, someone did ask about my luggage. I travel with 2 bags, and I will do a video at some point of all of the things that I travel with and what my bags look like. I travel with one really big kind of backpacker bag, and then I have this big backpack here that it extends way out too. So I travel with 2 bags, answering that question. All right, guys, thanks again for joining today. I hope you're all doing well wherever you are in the world. Good night, good morning, good evening, goodbye. Remember to live every moment to the max, guys. Enjoy your Monday or Sunday, wherever you are in the world. I will see you guys next time. Oh, maybe I won't. How do I turn this off? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'll see you guys next time. Remember to live every moment to the max. Take care, guys. Bye.